Blackbusters.
What's cracking, family? Welcome back to another episode of Blackbusters, the best movie review podcast in the world.
In the world, Craig. In the world.
In the world, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your host, Big Ja, along with my co-host,
Serpentone.
Serpentone. Serpentone.
Remember
That's
Serpentor? Remember Serpentor from G.I. Joe?
Serpentone.
Serpentone.
Yeah.
Serpentone.
Dog.
Slithering in the house.
Slithering. Speaking of slithering, you know that every time we do an episode, Brother Tone, he has a nickname that goes with the actual movie we're doing. His name is Serpentone. Serpentone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That means we're doing a movie called Snakes on a Plane.
All these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
I'm tired of all these motherfucking snakes on these motherfucking planes.
Yeah. An interesting choice for us, Ja.
An interesting choice for us. You know what? And let's just start off by saying, let's give the quick details. Snakes on the Plane is starring the legendary Samuel L. Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Also has Kenan Thompson, Flex Washington. Who are the other people in the movie?
Julianne Margulies.
Julianne Margulies.
Yeah, she's from ER, right? She spent all those years on ER.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting choice for us because let's get straight into it, bro. Is Snakes on the Plane? This is for you.
Mm-hmm.
Tone, and it's also for the viewers.
Yeah.
Is Snakes on the Plane, starring Samuel L. Jackson, a Blackbuster?
I don't think it is.
You don't think it is?
I don't think it is. And this is what we kind of have to talk about a little bit, Ja, is because the same criteria that can make one movie a blockbuster can make another movie not a blockbuster. And I'll give you a case in point.
Okay.
A couple of weeks ago, we did Beverly Hills Cop.
I was just about to go to that.
Right? It stars Eddie Murphy, but we had no problem making Beverly Hills Cop a blockbuster.
Because you don't get no blacker than Eddie Murphy.
You don't get no blacker than Samuel L. Jackson.
That's what I'm saying.
So you have Samuel L. Jackson on Snakes in the Plane, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, I don't think this is a blockbuster. But I don't know why. And so I think what I might have fallen to is if it's a black lead in a comedic role, the comedy factor is what makes a movie a blockbuster versus not a blockbuster, right? Because humor is something that is so prominent in our culture, you know it when you recognize it. So Eddie Murphy being Axel Foley in Beverly Hills Cop, bringing our comedy in, that's what makes that movie a blockbuster versus Sam Jackson doing this sci-action horror film, Snakes on the Plane. Because comedy, and I'm trying to think if there's a movie that dispels that theory. A blockbuster where we've got a black lead and a non-comedic genre in a movie full of otherwise non-cultural elements that would qualify as a blockbuster. And I'm trying to see if I can find one, like a black dramatic lead or black horror lead in a predominantly white or non-cultural movie that we would say is a blockbuster. Does it exist?
I don't know. That's a good question. Even though this is Snakes on the Plane is damn near a comedy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not quite. It's a short action adventure.
Yeah.
But it's quirky like a comedy. And let me tell you what I mean by that.
Mm-hmm.
It starts off very Soul Plane-ish. With the stereotypes, the white girl with the dog in her back purse. The white kid asking Flex Washington's character 3Gs for autograph, and he's like, "My brother, hell yeah, my brother, what it do?"
Mm-hmm.
And there's all these different types of people getting on to the plane.
You're right.
It's very Soul Plane-ish. And it's not a comedy, but it feels kind of like a comedy almost, because the dialogue is so corny.
It's like a B movie.
Quirky.
It's like a B movie. It's like a mid-80s
you would say
B
Up
movie.
All Night movie.
Right. Yeah. It's like Critters. It's like Critters or Critters 2.
Eight-legged freaks and shit like that.
Exactly.
So I think we obviously we've been somebody not requested it but kind of suggested this film, and I think we both were like, is this a Blackbuster? Then I said, you know what, we're gonna put it on, we're gonna do it, we're gonna Blackbust it down, we're gonna review it and discuss whether or not it's a Blackbuster like we're doing now. Because you get no blacker than Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, he's as black as they come.
And
but what's interesting is this fair to say that like Sam Jackson off the shelf is as black as they come, but he's got a unique way of being black and non-black at the same time, right? Like some of his characters, Sam Jackson is obviously like physically a black man for sure, but did this character that he plays in Snakes on a Plane feel like a brother? Was Neville Flynn
his name ain't, but I think he did.
Yeah. I mean, Sam has that ability sometimes to like. So okay, for example, remember The Negotiator? That Sam Jackson played.
Mm-hmm.
Now that doesn't feel like a Blackbuster.
No, I guess not. So, but honestly, I let this ride because of Beverly Hills Cop.
Okay.
Eddie Murphy is the only black guy in that movie. There's more black guys in Snakes on the Plane than there is in Beverly Hills Cop.
100%. Yep.
And so Snakes on the Plane had Kenan Thompson, Flex Washington, and another dude, another big dude that played, I guess, his bodyguard, which is funny to me because neither one of them dudes look like bodyguards.
Right. None of them look like they had hands.
But you can say like this is a studio project, and they're like the biggest, blackest guys in Hollywood probably at the time. Kenan Thompson, let's make him a bodyguard for Flex Washington.
Yeah.
For 3 Gs. And it's if I see those guys guarding someone I wanted to get to, I'm getting to them.
Yeah, there's no worries.
I'm going through the deals.
there's no issue at all. They just look tough.
Yeah. And I don't know, they just looked big. They were heavy set guys.
And you know this from your days of like doing comedy. You know, like when you be on the road, you ever go into like a town and the guy at the door, you could just tell like you're just the biggest guy in this town. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, you know, like you got no hands, right? Like you got no hands at all. But you just like somebody needed a job and you used to play football. So now you the bouncer. I've seen that a couple of times.
Most people are like, oh, I ain't messing with him, man. Look how big he is. He's 6'5", 325. Yeah, he's a big dude.
You can tell. Like 6'5", 225, and always the same.
The biggest dudes on our football team was the softest.
Yeah.
Not my year, but the year after that. There's another guy. He was the biggest dude on the squad. He was like 6'4", 6'5", heavy, 300-some pounds, but he was super soft. Another dude.
Is it because they never get tested? Because like they live their whole life being the big guy, so they never get challenged, so they never have to learn how to fight?
Right.
Is that what it is?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Bless their hearts. You know what I'm saying? So these dudes, Kenan Thompson. Mind you, I am a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not a big guy compared to me. I'm a lot bigger than Kenan Thompson. I'm a lot bigger than the other guy too.
Yeah.
But I know guys, I got homies that's 5'10", barely 200 pounds, that will see them two dudes as food.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm a 200 pound, 5'10". Them guys was going to try them big dudes.
Yeah.
Because they don't look like nothing. They don't look like bodyguards.
Right.
No. They look like the big homies that he just grew up with. They're opposing
like hanger-ons with 3X polos.
Right. Chubby dudes.
Right.
Chubby dudes that's wearing big clothes.
Yeah. That's it.
Let's start though. Let's start. But so this movie starts off crazy to me. It just starts off with this kid or this guy on a dirt bike smashing through Hawaii hills, some mountains in Hawaii. He's killing, doing woolies and all kind of stuff, and then it shows us like maybe a 2 minutes of this guy that's riding his dirt bike all through the mountains. Yeah, and then it cuts to him. I guess checking his bike. He's just like, wiping his bike down, and he has earphones on, and he takes the earphones off. And he hears some noise in the distance, so he gets up to go check it out. Pops a Red Bull, little commercial plug.
Yeah. They pay for some of that, right?
And he's walking over there, and he gets startled by this man falling from a tree that's hanging from a tree by his foot, upside down.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, who is this dude out the blue? Who is he?
That's his dad.
I thought so, but
That's
it wasn't.
His dad. It was his dad.
No.
Yeah.
How?
His dad was an attorney.
Right.
His dad was an attorney, and
never did he say that was his father though.
No. So the other guy said his son. Like, you know, they called it out. Like
they did.
They called it out. It was. He went to go see his dad, and it was just like, you know, I mean, that's how they knew how to find them in the apartment, because, you know, the fact that you know, that's his apartment, and that was his dad that got killed.
Okay. Huh. Initially I thought it was his dad, but then because he never cried, he never blah blah, he never really. It didn't seem like he was very affected by him. Not
I could be full of shit, because I just like I'm reading the plot on Wikipedia, and it says, after witnessing a brutal murder of prosecutor Daniel Hayes committed by crime lord Eddie Kim in Hawaii, Sean Jones is escorted by FBI agents. So yeah,
I
thought they mentioned son. I don't know. We're you know,
even in the interrogation room, I feel like that would be his time to cry. That would be his time to get emotional and talk about his father, if that was the case.
Yeah.
And he wasn't trying to testify. This is your dad. You saw get murdered, nigga. You're gonna testify.
I think you might be right.
Yeah. Either way, but honestly, when I first saw him hanging from the tree, I thought that was his dad. He was like, "Go, run, get out of here, save yourself."
What are you doing here? Get out of here.
I thought that's what the father would say, and he ran off and he watched his father get beat down. But that wasn't the case. I don't think they were related. He just was randomly in Hawaii on his motorcycle.
This movie starts out awesome. Yeah.
and then takes off on the bike
and goes home.
They're about to leave.
Yes, that's what was inexplicable. Right. They had no clue you were there.
You get on the bike and take off. Now they know they've been watched.
Yeah. So and that's what they were trying to do, was to be like, the goons would have found the bike.
Right.
But I mean, the way they pulled up, if they were going to see the bike, they would have saw it there anyway. It's almost kind of like they came from the back. But I had the same vibe. Like, just be still. Like, you already had a great hiding spot. Like, just chill.
And so, that already. But the fact that the guy, the dead lawyer, popped out of nowhere, hanging from a tree. That's crazy to me. Like, where was he at beforehand? Was he hanging? Was he holding on to a tree branch or something? Or
right.
Did he get caught in the trap? Like, he was already bleeding. Like he had already been punched on.
That's so funny. Like, where was he? Like, he just convenient. Like, you know, like you talked about before.
Just making anything up. All right, we got to find a way to get
things need to happen. Right.
Things to happen. So let's just make it happen.
Right.
So he goes home, and while he goes to his house, I'm assuming it's his house, not even Hawaii. It's not a hotel. It's his house.
Yeah, it looked like his apartment.
They come in trying to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
How did I don't need to know how Neville got on the balcony. That's who cares.
Yeah.
But he long story short, he saved his life. He saved the day.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. This would lend itself to the fact that, like, if that were his dad, then once they found the body, which is what the news report was showing, then the authorities would have immediately been like, okay, let's find his son.
Right.
But at this point, like, the police wouldn't even know that he had witnessed his quote unquote father's murder. Right. Nobody knows. The goons aren't telling anybody. So, like, how do they even know that they need to protect this kid? Right? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
How do they know? Yeah, and then these guys go to his house and they drill a hole in his locker. I mean, in his doorknob, and kick the door open, and he's hiding on the balcony. And Samuel Jackson is there randomly. If you want to live, do what I say.
Mm-hmm. Busting shots. Yeah.
Then they got him to the precinct, and they treat him like a criminal. It's just crazy writing for me. The writing is just not consistent with like real life.
The writing is like, how soon can we get these motherfuckers on this plane? Because this movie doesn't become interesting. Whoever's going to, whatever level of interesting you find it, it won't happen until we get on the plane.
Right.
So all of the writing, all of the distraction, right? Like, you know, they're able to put up like the faux plane, so everybody thinks they're on that plane, but they don't sneak this guy in the other plane any kind of way, right? Like, he literally walks right past, and like just one of the random airport workers is the one that calls in the hit. Now, what I don't know is that like how quickly they was able to load that many snakes into that plane, because they don't know he's going to be on that plane, right? Like, they have no idea. They have no idea. And the fact that we get 1,000 snakes in the belly of this plane in the time from check-in to takeoff doesn't make sense.
Right. He even says, "Is that our plane?" No, that's the plane that every police car thinks we're on.
Right. So wouldn't it make sense that they would put the snakes on that plane?
Right. But, and another thing, so this dude Eddie Kim, the gangster, the Asian gangster dude, they have his house surveilled, right? Surveillance. He's just at home playing karate, practicing karate in the house.
Right.
And he's like, "Don't forget to do the deed. The deed is to let these planes, you know, take over the plane. Let these snakes take over the plane."
Yeah.
Which is a weird ass way of trying to kill a witness.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, there are an infinite number of other options that he has available to him. But let's fill the plane with deadly poisonous snakes, I guess, isn't at the bottom of the list, right? Like, right. I guess
it's not the worst idea.
It's not the worst idea, but the degree of difficulty is extremely high. Right. And especially because I was looking at the plane, I guess like the snakes could have gotten to the cockpit, but like planes aren't designed like with those kind of like openings, right? Like
to the cockpit, yeah. Where they come from?
Like, I guess they came from like the bottom panel. Like, I guess like, you know, they kept dropping down, and that's where the circuit breakers and all that stuff were. Okay, I could maybe see some snakes getting like out of the luggage hold into that area, right. But like people were like, they were, you know, dropping like the overheads, and snakes were falling out of the overheads, and those compartments are like sealed, right? Like, you know, there's not like any gaps. There's no way to get behind that. Like, you know, it's something. So yeah, so that was kind of sus.
Right. It's just a movie that kind of felt like it was just thrown together off the top. It wasn't a very strong direction.
Mm-hmm. And it's not and it's not black in the ways that I feel like it needs to be. In fact, it's black in the ways that I don't like. Like, I don't like this portrayal of like what we see like with Keenan and Flex. I feel like it's a caricature of what black people are, right? Like, I don't know any black people that are.
You know what? Yeah, don't touch me.
Yeah. Like when Keenan gets on at the end when he takes over the controls, that is one of the funniest scenes in the movies. I've laughed at it for years when he goes, "What's up, what's up, what's up?" Like when he hops on. But like, it's like, I don't know any black man who is landing a plane would be like, yo, 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 what's up, LAX? You know what I mean? Coming to you live from the plane. Yeah. That's, you know. But you wouldn't do it like that, right? Nah. Like, you know, like if you, like I think that if you directed Snakes on the Plane, it'd be actually funny. Because, like nobody responds in this movie the way black people respond. Do you know what I mean? Right. Like, you know, and there was the opportunity for some incredible dialogue and conversations that, like, you know, I like the way that you write dialogue, right? So, you know, there's a lot more fun that could be had. Now, again, for like a good half of the movie, they just want to shock and awe us with Gore, which I'm totally down for. Into. Yeah, like I'm totally like, I didn't have a problem with the violence, like, and I'm not normally into like violent movies and shit like that, but this shit is so campy and over the top anyway. You might as well, right? So
the couple go inside the tent or go into the woods and smash, and Jason comes to cut them up while they smashing.
Yeah,
it's that kind of young, attractive blonde couple to go in the bathroom and start fucking.
Yeah,
and then we'll have a a snake come through the ceiling and bite him and kill him to death.
Right. I knew before even watching this movie back when it came out, a snake's gonna bite somebody on the titty and a snake's gonna bite somebody's dick. Right? Like I just because that's what this movie is for. Like if you don't get that in, then what's the point? But bringing it back, it's Sam Jackson. I'm always happy to see Sam Jackson.
Right.
But this isn't. It's not a Blackbuster. There's nothing for us to talk about.
Not even the fact that there's more black people with talking roles than white.
Damn, that's a good point.
I don't want to make it a Blackbuster, honestly, because it's so corny.
Yeah, but this movie is not us. Like even if there's black people in it, this movie is not us, right? Like if
this movie was a Wayans Brothers, if this is Snakes in the Plane by Wayans Brothers, way funnier.
Yeah, there's no cultural continuity on this movie, right? Like it just stars Samuel L. Jackson. The same way like The Negotiator was a good movie, but The Negotiator's not a Blackbuster. I, Robot is a good movie. I, Robot is not a Blackbuster.
Okay.
Right? So just because you have a black person in the starring role, like is Crimson Tide a Blackbuster?
No.
It's not.
It's a great movie though.
And it's a great movie. It has Denzel in it. Not a Blackbuster. Right? Is Men in Black a Blackbuster?
I think so because they added the hip hop soundtrack to it.
Could have been pandering.
So I think so. So I think they were trying to make it a Blackbuster. Like
yeah.
Question. Speaking of such, did you watch the end of the credits
on Snakes on the Plane?
So yeah.
Nah.
The whole music video.
I was happy it was over.
It's a whole music video.
I saw that shit. Yeah, I saw.
And that's why it's not a Blackbuster because we were already scheduled to discuss this place.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to discuss this movie, but I had considered it not a Blackbuster after seeing that. It's a rock band after the movie.
Right.
It's a rock song.
Right.
Or a rock pop, whatever. I'm like, oh, had it been had it been Nelly, or had it been like a black artist at the end of the movie? I'm like, okay, maybe.
Right. That you're right. Like the Men in Black song, because really it's like because you gotta dial in on Will Smith, and the majority of Will Smith's movies are not Blackbusters. The only time Will Smith kind of does a Blackbusters is when he's portraying a black man, like Ali, like Pursuit of Happiness, like King Richard.
Right.
And so I was just looking at like Samuel L. Jackson's filmography, and there's a lot of movies where he stars, but these are not Blackbusters.
Okay.
Like he is okay. So I'll run through a couple for you, right? Lakeview Terrace. What'd you say?
Lakeview Terrace.
That's not a Blackbuster, right?
Right.
That's not a Blackbuster. What else do we have? We have The Hateful Eight. That's not a Blackbuster.
Right. That's not a Blackbuster.
Yeah, nothing that he does with Tarantino is a Blackbuster.
Soul Brothers is Blackbuster.
That's definitely a Blackbuster for sure.
Uh-huh.
That's definitely a Blackbuster.
Blackbuster.
For sure. Is Django a Blackbuster?
Yes.
I think so.
It's a black man in his slave time overcoming his oppression and finally sticking to his overseer.
Right.
Yeah.
Black Snake Moan, not a Blackbuster.
Oh.
You don't think so? You think so?
I think of it just like this one.
Yeah, one of them ones.
Yeah.
But he has movies like Changing Lanes, he has Basic, he has SWAT. To me, none of those are Blackbusters. Deep Blue Sea, to me, is not a Blackbuster. Jackie Brown, to me, is not a Blackbuster. Oh. You think Jackie Brown's a Blackbuster?
Main character is Pam, right?
It's Pam Grier, but that's where it gets. That's where Like I wouldn't put Jackie. I mean, I guess we could watch it again. We could rewatch it and decide.
Yeah,
but like
we did Jackie Brown already, right?
We haven't done Jackie Brown.
Oh yeah, we haven't done it. Okay, cool. Let's do Jackie Brown and decide, and let the people decide. Do y'all think that Snakes on the Plane is a Blackbuster?
Right.
Do y'all think that and if you do, why? And if you don't, why? And do y'all think that
is a Time to Kill a Blackbuster?
Huh?
A Time to Kill?
Dang, it's dealing with race. Main character black man, but the co-host, the co-characters are white.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Maybe not.
Yeah, like so he's got like a bunch of those. We got like A Time to Kill. We got like A Long Kiss Goodnight. We've got 187. Is that a Blackbuster?
It's a little bit. I feel like I feel like culturally maybe.
Right. Like I don't think it is. Do you think Colors is a Blackbuster?
Yeah. It's too.
Because it's the story of two cops, right? Like it's set in the hood, but it's not. There's no cultural continuity.
Right.
I think that's my problem with Snakes on the Plane, is like the role that Sam Jackson plays could be played by anybody in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Anybody in Hollywood. And you have the exact same movie. Like not even what Sam Jackson does in this movie. We got that one line. I'm so tired of all these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. One line does not make a movie a Blackbuster. The truth of the matter is that any number of actors could have been cast in the role that Sam Jackson played, and the movie would be like 98% the same. And so that's why it'll count like as this movie will count in terms of movies reviewed.
Right.
But I don't even know if I want to give it a fist because it's not eligible.
Damn.
It's not eligible. Like, so I don't think it's a Blackbuster.
Right.
So I don't really want to rank it because it doesn't like I think what will happen is I think we will watch more of these kind of films that are in the gray. And I think we'll come out of them with different opinions. Like one day we'll do Rush Hour and we'll have a debate over whether Rush Hour is a Blackbuster or not. And it might be clear cut. It's comedy.
It's comedy. Is Training Day a Blackbuster?
Training Day is a Blackbuster, right?
See?
Right? Training Day, yeah. I mean, we'll have to. There are movies that are obvious Blackbusters, and then we have some of these movies that are, hybrid kind of joints.
Hybrids, like, yeah.
And that's what this movie feels like. I think that there's, I could ask you a bunch of questions about but there's nothing to grab onto. There's nothing to break down. There's no cultural significance. All I can really ask is, what would you do? This movie is so over. And again, and I'm not even talking shit about this movie. I enjoy it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult to review it for what it ain't, right? And what it isn't is it's not a part of the black movie pantheon. It's not a part of the library.
It's not part of the culture.
Not part of the culture.
You're not gonna go to black films and see Snakes on the Plane in the top left,
right?
On the top shelf. You might see it at the bottom shelf. Snakes on the Plane, because he's a black man. He's a strong black character.
Couple more for you. Is Enemy of the State with Will Smith a Blackbuster?
Oh shit! No, because that could have easily been Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right.
Or easily been
Matt Damon.
I was gonna say Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck, right? Same deal. Yeah. So.
And this Blackbuster in what's the name? For Snakes on the Plane. Snakes on the Plane could have easily been for Samuel Jackson.
You could have cast Nicolas Cage. in that in that movie. You know, like any number of
Nicolas
like
Cage for sure.
Yeah, you could have totally
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn says to play?
Like if you want to go funny, like if you want to like, you know, like what I'm saying is anybody. You could have cast Adam Sandler, right? Like anybody. You could literally throw a dart into Hollywood, and whoever it lands on could be who you cast in this particular role. And that to me is disqualifying for a Blackbuster, right?
Okay.
Like even if there's only a handful of black people in the movie, if the actor is representative of the culture and the movie has some sort of cultural connective tissue, then that would be required. This movie doesn't have that, right? A movie like Half Baked would be like if you were like, all right, next week we're gonna watch Half Baked. I would watch it, but I would watch it for those same things that we're talking about now, and going like, okay, like what cultural continuity do we have here that makes this for the culture, or is this just a movie with black people in it? You know, movie with a couple of black people in their starring in it. So outside of that, man, I ain't got a whole lot else to say about Snakes on the Plane, man. It's just
I'm trying to find like what did I like about the plane, about the project, the film.
Yeah. Like I thought it was fun.
It was cool, entertaining to see the snakes attack and all that stuff.
Yeah, I like the kills. Like I like the kills.
Not all of them. There was a couple having sex in the bathroom, and that was whack. And the old boy peeing in the snake biting his pipe.
Yeah. I mean, like once I kind of like got to the point where I was like, oh, this movie doesn't make any sense. Then I could just enjoy the rest of it, right? Like
I was watching just to watch it. Like,
yeah, I don't have any expectation. Like that Keenan's going to be able to land the plane, sure,
because he plays PS2, plays the PS2, and he plays the game all the time.
Sure. You know that they get all the anecdotes for all the various bites. Sure,
half the people dead. More than half the people are dead.
Right. Sure.
Now, what I didn't like is how selfish Flex was. What's his name on the show? Okay.
Yeah, I had another problem. Like Flex's character is supposed to be a germaphobe, but he was really trying to get them buns though.
Right.
You know. So he ain't got a problem with them germs.
Right.
Like, you know, got no issue with them germs. But yeah, like, you know,
when he started tripping, I need to get with this plane. Don't touch me. I told you not to touch me. And then he's pushing everybody. He pushed the chick. I'm like, bro, you're in the air, bro. You can't get off the plane. Why are you even acting like you can't? Now maybe they're trying to say that sometimes people they blow to the top and they lose all reason, and now they're just panicking. And I'm like, bro, he was too cool for that initially. Yeah. And then he took the gun from Samuel L. Jackson.
Like, did you see when Samuel took the gun back?
Yeah.
That shit was so whack.
Give me my gun back. Give it to me.
It was hella slow. Like, it was hella slow and not like Flex forgot that he had it. Yeah. This movie is mostly forgettable. Like the biggest stars are the snakes. You know, I didn't necessarily like that's why I know that like anybody could have had this movie because you know Sam Jackson was trying to smash the primary. He like they basically set up the smash move with Juliana Margulies, who played Claire Miller, the flight attendant. The other flight attendant was obviously like very slutty. And so this is campy. Like you're right. Like these are the movies that used to come on Channel 5 like Saturday at 1:32, right? Like, you know, it's just they used to be like rip roaring fun, right? Like it's just a throwaway. But in terms of like what it means for like Blackbusters, to me it don't really mean nothing. I don't dislike the movie. I don't dislike it.
Will you watch it again?
Yeah, I would watch it again. I would watch it again, but like somebody who ain't never seen it, right? Like
if I smoked, I'd watch it high.
Yeah. Like one day, my daughter might want to watch it, and like if I can, minus the Mile High Club shit, like she might be like, "Daddy, what is this?" Right? Like and so that could be fun. But no, it like for what it is, it's cool. It's just Josh, is what it ain't, and what it ain't is a Blackbuster, in my humble opinion.
And it's not a strong project. It's like out of all the movies that Samuel Jackson did, it's like this ain't one of them. Like this could have easily been. I'm trying to think of who else. This should have been Terrence Howard.
Yeah, I mean Sam Jackson.
I'm tired of all these motherfucker snakes on the motherfucker
snakes, man. I mean, there was a period. There was a period where Samuel Jackson was about them checks. Right?
Yeah,
he did a lot of movies for the check, and this is one of them, obviously.
And some of the movies is better, good.
Hell yeah,
the cleaner. I think he was in The Cleaner.
Hell yeah,
that was called. Great movie.
Yeah, like Negotiator, great movie. Mm-hmm. He was in this movie called Sphere that I liked, good movie. He was in Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea.
Rules of Engagement.
Kind of better executed, but kind of similar to this with the Deep Blue Sea.
He's got the whole Unbreakable, Mr. Glass, kind of series. He's involved with that, which is not bad. And I actually like that movie, Basic. I don't know if you've ever seen Basic. It's with like John Travolta's in it. Yeah, I like that. That's one of my.
Josh Hartnett?
No, not Josh Hartnett. So like Travolta's in it, Taye Diggs is in it, Giovanna Ribisi, Sam Jackson, of course, and a couple of other like B actors that have worked a lot. But Josh Hartnett isn't in it. Those used to be.
That's another movie. Okay.
That's kind of like one of the things I miss about live TV is like if I go like if I sit like with my remote and kind of like search through like the Netflix library, I might not find anything that like I really want to watch. Right? There's movies that I like, but not ones that I really watch. Versus like when it used to be old school TV, and it would be like, oh shit, Basic is on, right? Like like I'm gonna watch it because it's on, right? Because I don't have any other options. Out of all the options, I'm gonna watch this.
Oh snap! Please tell me it's coming on. I'm watching it.
I'm just gonna watch it, right? Like but yeah. So should we do like it? Like if I have to give this movie, if I have to rank it from 5 Blackfish to 1, I'm gonna rank it 1. Not for quality, but just because
it's not a Blackbuster.
It barely qualifies. So it's a movie with black people in it.
Before we get to that, the scene where I wanted to finish it off. The scene where Flex's character 3Gs is tripping and pulls a gun out on Samuel Jackson, and then Samuel Jackson takes his gun back, and then Keenan has his little speech. Hey man, we've been friends since we were in grade school. I know you, man. I ain't never seen this. I've never seen you act like this. You changing, man.
So bad.
I said, bad. What?
So
that's
bad.
A conversation. That's a conversation that needs to be had. But it's after that scene.
So bad.
And then Keenan's character comes and sits down next to him. Like, hey, bro, what's going on with you, bro?
Yeah.
I'm saying you're famous now. I'm so happy for your success, bro. But I am going to say this, man. But for the last couple of years, man, you've been changing. Say that because the very next scene after we see 3Gs, Flex Washington, like yell at everybody and go sit down. It's him apologizing to the stewardess.
Yeah,
him apologizing to the stewardess, the man and the woman. Hey, I'm sorry for pushing you. I don't know what got into me. It seemed too microwave. It seemed too how all of a sudden he had a change of heart with no conversation.
Yeah, they treated him like they. There's another scene earlier where the snakes first started invading. And Flex's character goes to the boy, y'all supposed to have my back, right? And it's like, nigga, what you expect them to do? The plane's been attacked by snakes. How was
everybody?
I'm not having your back.
Yeah, this is not fans attacking you and not attacking us. They're just attacking you, so we have your back.
Right.
This plane, these snakes are attacking everybody.
Right. You're supposed to have my back.
You, I'm getting bit.
Yeah. Boo.
Oh.
Boo. No, I mean, like, again, like, that's bad writing. But again, like, overall, like if we're doing like Black Fist for like black movies and like Waves for like white movies, that's like a 2 or 3 waiver, right? Like, it's not that bad. It's mostly fun. Like I said, if I smoked, it'd be okay. I can watch worse shit. Like, at least it was interesting. The snake bites and the snake design was dope.
Well, yeah, the snake was dope. What helped was the homeboy back in L.A. in the precinct, the Italian dude. That legitimized the movie because all his scenes seem to be real life action film.
Yeah,
like when he was in the helicopter and they found the guy the illegal snake guy in the desert. Yeah, they chased him down, and that was all. That all felt like real.
That was very fan. Yeah, that stuff was action. Good. That stuff was really good. What was the name of the other goon that we had? The Captain Goon in this.
Captain Goon. His name is Eric Kim.
So,
I believe.
Did we even need Eric Kim? Right? Like, you see, like, you basically don't see him again. You don't see him come to justice at any point in time in the movie. And everybody seems to know who he is.
Like a superstar.
He's like a superstar criminal. Yeah, I didn't even know if we needed Eddie Kim. Like,
Eddie Kim,
we have to find a way to get everybody on the plane, and I get that, but it's okay. It's good. I said enough about this movie, John.
Did you? So I think you just said it earlier. What we're gonna do now is when we try. So people at home, we're gonna try to do. Sometimes we ask ourselves, is this a Blackbuster? And we be like, nah, no. And then sometimes we say, you know what, we're gonna still do a review and let y'all decide as well. Yep. Let y'all choose as well. We both think this is not a Blackbuster, even though Beverly Hills Cop was a Blackbuster for us.
It just at no point in time did I ever doubt that it was a Blackbuster.
You know why? This is why. I feel like Beverly Hills Cop, when you think of that movie, you think of Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
And Eddie Murphy doing what Eddie Murphy does.
Yep.
And Snakes on the Plane, and I don't think anybody else could have done. I don't think Sylvester Stallone could have done Axel Foley.
Right.
Not like that.
Right.
But Sylvester Stallone could have done Snakes on the Plane. Anybody
could have done Snakes on the Plane. Like, you could have given that. And so, yeah. So I think that's the difference. It's interesting with Sam Jackson because they both have large bodies of work. But yeah, no, I think like Sam Jackson and Will Smith are unique in a sense that they are these hugely popular black actors, but not all of their movies qualify as Blackbusters. Right. And so we kind of have to take it movie by movie. Now, I know like there are other obvious choices that we can make, right? Like, like to review a movie that we know is a Blackbuster versus one that isn't. But I mean, the thing is that like we are from week to week, we're watching movies just like you, right?
We're not.
Yeah, we're not racing to the end of the list. You know what I mean? Like, we're kind of taking it as we go. We take conversations that you have with people. We do see your comments in terms of the movies that you want us to do. They are on the list.
They're on the list.
And we'll get there. So in this particular one, a recommendation was made for Snakes on the Plane. I appreciate the recommendation.
Right.
Watching this movie helps me better define what a Blackbuster is.
Boom.
So I take that as the true benefit.
One
Black Fist for me.
One Black Fist because it's not a Blackbuster. It was a movie that was made.
It was a movie with black people in it. Like that's like kind of like the new definition, right? And maybe, of like the One Fist.
And hold on. Mm-hmm. Would it matter if Snakes on the Plane was actually good?
Yeah, I mean the thing is, no. Because even if it was better, I need all my black people to be better.
Right. That's what it was. Flex, the black people weren't really black. Mm-hmm. Except Sam. I felt like Sam was a black man, but I felt like the way he was a germaphobe. He had his little corny henchmen with him, his corny entourage dudes, like the flackies, the flunkies. Yeah. And he was just like, don't touch me. But that's kind of like white privilege-ish.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't seem like a brother to me.
Yeah, didn't know. You know like a caricature. Like
a caricature of a black person.
Yeah, that's it. And the caricature of like a black rapper, right?
Yeah.
Like he's got his entourage. He's overly sexual. Right. Like super sexual. Yeah. And it's just like, no, like his character goes from being this asshole to telling like Keenan, like, you've been playing this game your whole life. I know some, can anybody fly a plane? He can. Come on, man. Like, it's
I got 200,000 hours.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Landing a plane? Nigga, like landing a plane. Yeah, no way.
Talking shit to the people at LAX.
Telling them what runway you're not gonna land on.
Yeah, come on.
Nah, we did.
It's very, very, very comedic, very silly, goofy, and it didn't do.
I think it could be funnier if, this is my last thought on it, we got a bunch of black people like flying to Miami because they're doing like one of them like hip hop cruises or soul cruises. So there's a lot of black people on the plane, and there's like maybe one snake terrorizing people, right? And so then that way you can spend more time with the characters and give them more time to like relate in their fear, or just like put all of us together and let like the comedy of the community do it. But just only those handful of bros don't get it. And Sam Jackson, who wasn't funny in this movie, besides the one line.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, agreed.
That's it.
No MVPs, no LVPs. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
So now here's the thing, folks. Do y'all think that we assess this movie properly? Did we break it down properly? Do y'all disagree with it being the Blackbuster or not being the Blackbuster? Let us know in the comments. We're gonna wrap up this episode. And once again, I'm your host, Big Ja.
Mm-hmm.
Serpentone. This is another episode of Blackbusters, the best movie review podcast in the world.
In the world, Craig.
We all right. We out of here, man. Be good or be good at it. Pew to the max.
Blackbusters.